Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Amaris.
You're Etsy. And Yamidi.
And in today's video, we're going to be going over Unit 3 Stamp Act. Before we get on to this video, make sure to comment down below an interesting fact that you learned. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Click that notification bell because most likely we post every single Thursday. So stay tuned for new videos and push topics to come. But without further ado, let's get on to this video. First, we're going to go over what was the Stamp Act. In effort to raise funds for British military forces in the colonies, George Grenville established taxations on resources amongst the colonies. The act enacted by Parliament in 1765 required that revenue stamps be placed on most printed paper in the colonies, including all legal documents, newspapers, pamphlets, and advertisements. And here you can see some examples of some of the papers that were published among the colonies. And those who refused to pay would be accused of violating the Stamp Act and could be prosecuted in vice admiralty courts. And they had no juries, and they could be held anywhere in the British Empire.
How did it start? Started in March 22nd, 1765, and left with 140 million pounds in debt, or in US dollars would be 174,790,000 in debt, half of which had been used to defend the colonies. The British started the Stamp Act for the colonies to help pay the debt that they owed. Not only the Stamp Act, but the Sugar Act and Quarterly Act, helping to have some sanctuary for the soldiers. Here you can see a bit of what was a pamphlet, kind of going through the Stamp Act itself.
So who did it affect and who did it involve? In the American colonies, printers and publishers were the ones most affected by the Stamp Act, since print publications required a revenue stamp to be bought and added by publishers and printers. And of course, this meant their customers, the colonists, were also affected since they had to pay higher prices for the papers.
And how did the colonists react to the Stamp Act? The act sparked violent demonstrations in America, where colonists believed that no taxation without representation should apply, and that it was against British law for people to be forced to pay a tax they had not agreed to through representation in Parliament. The colonists responded that they were already represented in their own colonial assembly, which were democratically elected entities that could be decided on laws, taxes for each colony since its founding. The Stamp Act became one of the most controversial laws ever approved by Parliament, and on March 18, 1766, it was repealed following several months of demonstration and boycott that hurt British trade. And next on this slide, we have some images that were selected that represent the colonists' reaction. The first one that we can see the colonists lining up, and they're holding some sort of pamphlet or newspaper. And this kind of demonstrates what the taxation looked like on the pamphlets, and based on their facial expressions, we can see that it was not highly liked among the colonists.
And then on the second one, you can see them burning pamphlets and books to rebel against, almost like showing that no, they will not be paying the extra taxes because they don't got that money.
And then in the final one, you can see the colonists kind of fed up with all the taxations and just the acts that were implemented amongst the colonies through Britain. You can see them kind of like retaliating and just angry as a way to kind of rebel against the taxations and the acts that were implemented amongst them. And that concludes the end of our presentation. We hope that you guys learned something interesting about the Stamp Act. And this was one of many acts that were brought amongst the colonists. And you can see that a lot of them didn't like it. And so this was a way to kind of give us an understanding of how America kind of came to be and what we went through before being established as what we are known as today. Don't forget to subscribe.
Make sure to comment down below, because I'm not sure if we did mention this at the beginning of the video, but we will be giving a shout out to whoever comments first. So make sure to comment down below.
And a giveaway, $100. Make sure to stay tuned.
So make sure you give a like, subscribe, comment, and turn on that notification bell.
And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.
Eminem.